Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm going to be doing a bridge analysis and go over some gameplay. If you don't already know, a bridge analysis is basically where I go over some past games and explain what I did in those games and why I did them, and also explain what I could have done better. I'll be doing more of these videos because I find them fun to record and they're interesting, but let me know guys what you think of it in the comment section, and be sure to drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel. With that being said, enjoy the video. Alright, so this game is against my friend Guppy. Guppy is a very good bridge player, so this might be a close game between us. Although this game was somewhat sweaty, me and Guppy weren't trying our absolute hardest because it was just a simple 1v1, so most of the time we both played very aggro and fun.
Entertain the video while you're just sweaty.
What I do here is called a 𝗀𝗃𝗁. This is where I bow from inside the cage, hoping that it'll hit the enemy player to mess up their movement.
Okay, you ready?
I go for a hip on the right side, which prevents Guppy from walking straight into my goal. This is good because it gives him a lower chance of scoring in races.
I can't get up on my mattress.
So Guppy decides to early wing. What he has done is hippoed only one side of his base and rush early so he can get pressure against me. Oh, he's getting an early wing. This then forces me to play defensive, which is why I make a counter to his wing so he has less pressure. That's not good. He then chooses to jump to my counter, hoping to walk through me without having to engage in PvP. He does this because I have low ground, and since he's moving forward at a fast rate, he knows that I will boost him towards my base. Oh, that's really not good. What he then does here is try to juke me out by pretending to go down those stairs, but instead actually going back up. I knew he was going to do this, so instead of falling down thinking I was going to kill him, I waited for him up top, ready to charge at him and get the kill. Luckily for him, I was just out of reach to get a hit, and he proceeds to score. Oh, that's unfortunate. I didn't play too bad here, but there are many ways I could have prevented this goal. One of which is at the start where I finished my first hippo. After I finish, I could have rushed him instead of going for a second hippo, which then leaves him with no wing, meaning he has no pressure. It would have also prevented this scenario. Did he even hippo? Alright, so now I'm going over to his base. What I do here is place 2 blocks above me. This makes me what's called a head hitter, which is a tactic to help me run faster to his base, whilst at the same time giving me cover/protection. He hippoed some sides. As I bypass, he hits me off, which was predictable on my end. As I said before, this game was pretty normal, so I wasn't thinking too much. However, if I was in a sweatier game or a tournament, what I would have done differently is place blocks above me so he can't hit me off, and possibly mine through the side of the bridge to make it hard for him to understand which side I'm going. What I do here is jump to his side of the bridge. This can somewhat be unexpected to players because it is a very aggressive way of defense. Normally though, you wouldn't do this if you're in a sweatier game. Uh-oh. Guppy again tries to do the same tactic as last time, but this time I came more prepared and didn't let it happen. I cheat? What the? Again, I bypass without thinking. This goes back to the same scenario when he hit me off last time. Guppy then falls because he's an idiot. So what I do here is mine out the middle while swaying my body back and forth. I do this because I don't have much chance on bypassing since he's blocked it off. I also sway my body forwards and backwards because if ever he drops down on me, I can sprint out quickly or jump from underneath whilst he hits me up, leaving him stuck down there, forcing him to void. Oh, he's alive as well. I simply try to suicide him there, hoping he'd fall off, but end up failing. Oh no. He's still alive. Get out of here, Guppy. He's still alive? What the fuck? No, dude. Lie. Get out of here. Thanks. Okay, what I decide to do now is wing off of his wing. The reason I do this is because it creates me a path to his base, which gives me pressure. He will eventually have to counter my wing. Unfortunately, he bows me off and gets an easy flat 3-block counter, but as I'm falling off, I create what's called a downstack. Downstacks are good if you put them in the right place. I downstacked here so he can't mine off my wing, giving him less pressure. What he does here is try to bypass against me. It ends up not working when I hit him off, but as he's falling, he's able to bow shot me off the bridge, which results in me dying and losing my pressure.
Oh. Oh my god. Well played. Oh my god. I got him with the strafes though. It's fine.
Okay. What I do here is a little debate to make him think I'm going on the wing, but instead trying to jump over him. I do this because I know there is a high chance I won't take as much KB due to the movement I've created, and because of my high ping. High ping can give people lots of advantages and disadvantages. In this moment, I use it to my advantage, but he gets some laggy hits, which unluckily kills me.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Those hits were nuts. What the hell? He's gonna play, I feel like he's playing very defensive now because he got one early point from the wing. Because I have hippos and he doesn't.
Right here when he bypasses is when I realize he's got a good entrance to my base. I'm not sure if I blocked this off or not later into the game, but in the 𝗦𝘀𝗀𝗃 game I would have 100% done that. Unfortunately, he kills me and he ends up taking the point because he knows that he has more health than me because of his gapple.
No. Oh no.
I played very stupidly here, to be honest. What I could have done better to prevent this goal is stop bypassing right in front of him and be more defensive on my half. I let my guard off and let him bypass to my base because I was way too focused on killing him. I also should have gappled here to give me more HP so I could get better chance of killing him in my goal room. Anyways, we continue.
Oh, we both avoided. I crit him on 4.
So right when I died here, I instantly pull out my bow hoping to shoot and kill him. I do this because I know he's on low HP and would die to a single bow shot. I accidentally missed though.
And he didn't die. What a scam. Maybe he regened. Oh, we got him. Let's go.
So what I'm doing here is mining the surface. The reason I do this is because my goal is to 𝗡𝗲𝗃 him into the void or mess up his strafes and momentum, giving me a better chance of killing him. We end up trading, but he patches in the holes whilst killing me so he can get his angles back on me.
Ah, we killed each other. I'm gonna bypass here. He's gonna do that though. Yeah, he likes to wait a lot. I gotta...
So the reason he jumps to those blocks and then back is because he's trying to fake me out by making me jump off to suicide him, or he is trying to dodge my bow shot. Either way, he ends up failing miserably.
Be more patient.
I carry on my wing here and I risk it engaging in PvP, which I end up winning. Guppy then thinks I'm gonna run into his goal, so he ends up making the mistake of falling down to try and kill me. This leads on giving me high ground and ending up scoring.
Ooh! I lag back. It's okay though.
I played decently well here, although it wasn't the smartest and I could do better. If Guppy didn't make the mistakes he did, such as falling down or not looking at me, I would most likely not have this goal. Right here is too risky, and if he had just hit me once, I would have been dead. Instead, to be safer, I could have kept my distance from him and gappled up instead of baiting him right away. But in this instance, it ended up working out pretty well, and I'm happy for it. Anyways, let's carry on.
What the fuck? Nice, we got combos on him.
So Guppy here is also playing aggressively in defense, which is why he makes a quick counter hoping he can suicide me. I see this coming and I bow shot him off. What I do now is create head hitters again. You already know why I do this, so I don't have to explain. Here's where Guppy makes his mistake though. As you can see, he jumps down again, rushing me straight off the bat. He shouldn't have done this because I was able to get a bow combo on him and score.
Sweet. It's 2-2.
There was not much to say about this point. I played decently well and I knew what I was doing, but Guppy sort of sold on his end. I guess what I could have done to be safer and possibly increase my chance of scoring is right when he jumps down. I could have easily taken high ground instead of risking me dying in PvP. Other than that, this goal was mostly on Guppy. On to the next part. So right here is when I realized that Guppy is finishing off his hippo late into the game. I'm happy he does this because I know I have very good pressure against him. I ended up going down right where he is and run into his goal, but instead of just scoring, I turn back against him and go in for the bow kill.
Okay, 3.
Right here is when Guppy tries to bow me from the top of sorcery. This is a very advanced strategy and you will not see many players succeed in doing this. The reason for it being because it requires very fast reactions and good aim. Unfortunately for Guppy, I ended up scoring again.
2. Oh, he almost blowed me.
I played well here, but not necessarily smart. On the other hand, Guppy played badly, but better than last time. The mistake Guppy made was hippoing instead of keeping pressure on me at the start of the round. Now hear me out. Yes, it was good that he didn't hippo one side at the start of the game. That's why he scored. But right at this moment, I would not start hippoing. He did better in my opinion because instead of rushing straight down, he waited up top for me. Luckily for me, I beat him in PvP. But what I could have done better here, instead of jumping straight down for my wing, I could expand it or make it longer whilst he voids. I risked being hit off the edge when jumping ever so slightly close to him, but other than that, it was a good second goal. Alright, so after that goal, Guppy realizes that it's mostly because of the wing I've been winning against him. This is why he tries to patch up as much as possible, so I can't dodge him.
Uh-oh.
I'm pausing it right here because what I attempt to do is get a bow combo. However, Guppy knows what I'm trying to do and doesn't fall for it. This is why instead of rushing me, shoots me to death.
Oh no. Ah, yeah, well played. Sweet. Oh! Is he racing? Yeah, he is. Oh wait, he wasn't. Wow. Ah, my knee. It's been in the same position for so long.
As me and Guppy are trading hits, I circle strafe around him, forcing him to the edge where I can hit him off.
Oh, nice. We got him with the strafes.
Right here is where I place more head hitters to boost me and give me protection. I'm not sure why I scored this because it was an easy goal, but I'm guessing Guppy didn't know I had an opening in his hippo. Anyways, I run through and take my 4th point.
I think we're in here. Yeah. Sweet.
I played normally here and somewhat smart. Guppy also did well but made the mistake of forgetting to patch and rushing me from the outside. I can't really determine what I could have done better here because to be honest it was a simple goal. I'm pretty sure I got lucky by having an opening. That's all I'm saying for this one though, so on to the next part.
Or did he not have time? Oh, what's up?
So at the moment, me and Guppy are just trading hits, but then we have distance on one another, so we both try to bow each other. Mine hits, but unluckily for him, his doesn't.
Oh, nice. My bow landed, but his didn't. Unlucky. Oh no, he had a block. Yeah, rip. Oh god, my knee's hurting, but I feel like I can play well when my legs are in this position. I know that sounds weird. I'm kind of sweating right now.
So Guppy still has a bypass right here, which I didn't block up. This makes him able to get to my base. I'm waiting for him up top though, instead of rushing to him when he tries to mine through the hippo.
Uh-oh.
Right here is when he knows I'm coming for him, so he tries to maneuver himself out of the hippo and block me in, but fails doing so. It was a good idea though.
Oh, he tried. He almost did it as well. Oh, damn. Uh-oh. Oh, that's not good. That is not good.
He then gets to my base the second time, and whilst he's mining through the hippo, I decide to rush him. Right here is when I didn't realize how many layers he actually went through. From this mindset, he was able to score the point.
Well played.
I didn't play this too well here, because not only did I easily let Guppy pass, which I could have prevented, but also forgot to patch the first time he rushed my base. As you can see here, when I kill him, I instantly void without patching or even trying to bow shot him whilst falling. What I should have done is spam blocks on my hippo so I could get a better chance of killing him the second round. Guppy played well, so there isn't much to say about that, so let's continue.
It's 4-3. It's actually pretty close.
Alright, again, me and Guppy are pretty even in PvP here, but I like to mention this tactic because it's pretty funny. He does this block placement thing because it increases his speed, and it's also a way of walking through people. It's not the best tactic, so it works sometimes, but please do not try this in scrims. It can be bannable since it's not part of the game. Again, he did this because it was a simple duel and there weren't any competitive rules.
How did he win that? I got more crits. Sweet.
So right here, I was just able to get a nice combo on him, which then allowed me to jump to his base below.
Uh-oh. We got him.
I decided to go down, and this time he had this part patched, but unluckily for him, I was able to mine through faster than he could get to me, which then led me on to taking the win.
Oh, and I take the win. Good fight.
This time, I'm not going to explain the do's and don'ts of the 8 goal, because I want you guys to figure that part out. Think about what I could have done differently here and what Guppy should have done. But anyways, that was the bridge analysis for the game between me and Guppy. Please like and subscribe, as I do work very hard in these videos and I love to see the support. And don't forget to let me know if you enjoyed this video or not. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.